title of his speech is Being Malu. Please welcome Susan.
French novelist Marcel Proust said, "The real voyage of discovery is not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. All of us here have been influenced by the region we lived in, the place we lived in during our prime age. They have influenced our style, our eating habits, our perception of life, the values. For me, my hometown, Kerala, which is the southernmost part of India, it is the southernmost state of India, has influenced me a lot, and it defined me. So, how does the state of Kerala look like? It's a typical coastal region. It is known for its scenic landscape, backwaters, colorful form of arts, martial arts. And because of being blessed with so many things, it's often called as God's own country. And unlike other states of India, what's special of Kerala is it has a strong influence of communism, and it has the highest literacy rate in India among all Indian states. But surprisingly, even with this literacy rate, it has been the least industrialized state of India. And that's what really the difference of Malu among other people. So what does really being Malu means? So being Malu means, okay, you just mock at the non-Malus most of the time, and all your other Malus half of the day. What being Malu means, talk about or worrying about discussing things or situations happening in other parts of the world, like they'll talk about Cuba, Uganda, Poland, or any other unheard countries, whatnot, but least bothered about what's happening in their own state. And what being Malu is, having a very relaxed, carefree life within his own state, but do the exactly opposite once they go out of the state, really hardworking people. Because that's what really is strange about Malu. So being Malu means also to live as an expat or expatriate in some Arab country. And if you don't believe it or not, some of the Arab countries, some of the Arab cities have more Malus than the locals. So such as being the culture of migrations and working abroad, so that's how the people of Kerala have been. So just like any other Malus, during 70s my parents shifted their base to Dubai, and I was there with them for a while, and after a couple of years, they put me into a residential school back in Kerala. It was tough for me for the initial part without having much of care about of my parents, and also my little sister was 2 years younger to me. Getting all the attention, love, it didn't help the matter at all. So, but the brighter side being it brought me a lot of sense of responsibility and being independent right in the young age itself. And it just was at the core of my motivation right to this day. And after a while, based on upon my mother's insistence, I was brought back again to Dubai. We were there for a while, almost 3 years. So that part of the years gave me a lot of exposure to people with from different countries, different cultures, and it influenced me a lot in the future years. Yes, there was times I used to feel a bit inferior being among that crowd, coming from a small town and going back to a totally cosmos city. But that also, in fact, inspired me to, drive to be seen and to be noticed in future life. Then, after a while, we shifted our base to, at the age of, I shifted our base to back to Kerala. That's where I was doing very well in my studies and sports, and thankfully all this exposure I got being in Dubai. And and it was during this time my father had some financial troubles with his businesses he had invested in. But just like any other Mallu, he just fought back. He made sure failures not get into him, and he also made sure we children don't get affected. And after my graduation in engineering, I moved to other states, and it was 2 years into my career. Unlike the typical Mallu dream, going to the Arab country, going to Dubai or anywhere, I want to live the American dream. So I worked toward that opportunities, and something worked out. But by the time I had to travel, it was around 2000, 2001, the recession had hit here, and I had to drop the plan. So I stuck around here in India and started working there, and meanwhile got some opportunity to go and work in the UK, which gave me another global exposure to the Western world, and which drove me further towards coming to US. So that's where when I was in GE, I started working with GE, and meanwhile I got married, and through GE I got the opportunity to realize my dream coming here, and then I worked for like 1.5 years, and went back again to India. So this is where this is the time frame where I had my kids, 2 kids, and I had built my house, and it was all looking well settled. But the Mallu in me, which never allowed me to, sleep. It asked me to take the next step, keep taking risks, keep hit for the dream, and that's why I made the second visit here, and that's why I'm here. So during this whole voyage of my journey, I learned a lot. And just like the famous Mallu, Chandran, the free spirit, enterprising Chandran, I want to learn from him. I just want to follow the same path, explore the world, get to know the world, get to know myself. So you must be wondering, who is Chandran? So this is a famous picture where all of you have seen the first man to land in the moon, astronaut Neil Armstrong. But what does the real picture look like? Let's see. So this is what really happened. So this is the guy I'm talking about, the free-spirited, enterprising Chandran saying hi to Neil Armstrong when he landed. He was already there. So that's what being Malu means. Manifest.